In the quiet town of Maple Glen, Pennsylvania, dawn broke like any other. Birds chirped, sprinklers ticked, and neighbors exchanged sleepy waves on their morning walk. But behind the brick storefront of Harper's Florist, a police car's siren cut through the stillness. What they found inside changed everything. Blood. Too much of it. A smear across the tiled floor, drops on the back door knob, and a small pool by the register. No body, no sign of a struggle, just blood. The victim? 24-year-old Melanie Sharp, a recent college graduate and beloved assistant at the flower shop. She hadn't shown up for work that day, except she had. The blood was hers. DNA confirmed it within 48 hours. But the mystery wasn't just the blood. It was where it would show up next. Melanie was bright. She'd graduated with a degree in criminal justice, ironically dreaming of working for the FBI. Friends described her as driven, kind-hearted, and a bit of a perfectionist. She was the kind of girl who texted when she got home and double-checked door locks. Her disappearance sent shockwaves through Maple Glen. Posters, news bulletins, community searches, all yielded nothing. Days passed. Then came the call from state police in New Jersey. Blood had been found in a rest stop bathroom near Camden. Same DNA match. Melanie's blood, in another state. How did she get there? Was she alive when she left Maple Glen? Or was someone transporting her? Or worse, was someone playing a deadly game across state lines? 3 days after Melanie's disappearance, a cleaning crew at a New Jersey rest stop made a grim discovery. Blood on the floor, smeared on the mirror, and a single hair stuck in the soap dispenser. Surveillance footage was pulled immediately. At 3:12 a.m., a dark SUV pulled into the lot. It sat running for 17 minutes. No one exited. Then, abruptly, the driver's side door opened, and a figure, tall, broad-shouldered, stepped out and walked toward the bathroom. The timestamp? 3:29 a.m. The man was inside for 6 minutes. When he left, he carried something, a large black duffel bag. Police speculated Melanie was either in that vehicle, dead or alive, or had been brought in earlier. The presence of blood in the restroom suggested she'd been there. But the footage was too grainy, and the license plate unreadable. But then, another break. A toll booth camera caught a partial plate an hour earlier, same make and model of SUV. The hunt began. Who was the man in the footage? Was Melanie in that duffel bag? And why did the killer seem to want police to find traces of her? Just as authorities were narrowing down SUV matches, a long-haul trucker named Vince Connolly came forward with an eerie memory. He recalled a vehicle matching the description parked awkwardly behind an old gas station off Route 41, just 30 minutes from the Camden rest stop. He'd seen a man pacing beside it and what looked like a tarp being pulled over something in the back. That same gas station, no cameras. Investigators rushed to the site and found traces of blood behind the dumpster. More chilling, a small golden bracelet. Engraved, Emma Sharp. Vince described the man as white, late 30s, buzz cut, big hands. His voice trembled when he recalled the man's eyes, dead, like nothing behind them. Forensic teams scoured the lot. Dog teams picked up a faint scent heading into the woods, but lost it near a set of tire tracks. Had Melanie been moved again? Was she being kept alive? Or had her killer discarded what remained in the shadows? 7 days after Melanie vanished, blood was found in a storage facility on the outskirts of Baltimore, Maryland. Same DNA match. A cleaning staff reported a strong metallic smell from one of the units. Police opened it under emergency order and found more blood. A piece of torn flannel shirt, a woman's shoe, and duct tape were discovered in a bin. But the unit wasn't rented under the suspect's name. The rental was under Edward Lawn. A fake name. But investigators traced the payment card, a reloadable debit linked to a small check cashing place in New Jersey. The trap was tightening. Why choose Baltimore next? Was there a pattern in these cities? And who was Edward Lawn? Really? Criminal profilers began mapping the stops. Maple Glen, Camden, Baltimore, all cities with major interstate access, all within a specific radius. But why those three? Melanie's sister, Grace, stepped forward in an emotional press conference, revealing something key. Melanie had dated a man from Baltimore 2 years earlier. Their breakup was sudden, violent. His name, Gavin Marick, a military dropout with a history of restraining orders. He'd gone silent in 2021. No current address, no social media, just gone. Could Gavin be the man behind the trail of blood? If so, why now? And what happened in that relationship that made him resurface with such horror? Public records showed Gavin had lived in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Maryland, all locations connected to the crime trail. His background: dishonorably discharged after an assault charge, fired from 3 jobs for violence, a known stalker. In 2022, he'd been arrested for breaking into an ex-girlfriend's home. The charges were dropped. She refused to testify. A witness in Baltimore came forward. A neighbor of the storage facility said she'd seen a man matching Gavin's description moving furniture late at night, 24 hours before the blood was discovered. Police now had a suspect. But where was he? And more importantly, was Melanie still alive? Despite multiple cameras at the Baltimore storage facility, one angle was missing: corrupted files. Investigators suspected tampering. IT forensics uncovered a digital trace of access. Someone had hacked into the system using a portable drive. This wasn't just a violent man. He was calculating. Then, another discovery. A series of online posts in a dark web forum from someone using the handle Shadowbind. The posts described cleansing the sins of a liar and watching her struggle in silence. Police linked the IP address to a signal bouncing through 3 cities, including Camden and Baltimore. Was Gavin the face behind Shadowbind? Or was someone even more dangerous orchestrating the chaos? Just as authorities zeroed in on Baltimore, a new report came in. Pittsburgh PD discovered blood in an abandoned apartment building. A homeless man had broken in and called 911 when he found blood all over the walls and floor. Lab tests confirmed it, Melanie's. But this time, they found something else: a video camera. Inside, a memory card. On it, a single file, a 37-second clip. Melanie, alive, crying, gagged, a man's shadow moving behind her. It wasn't over. It was just beginning. The 37-second clip was shaky but clear enough. Melanie sat on a concrete floor, her left eye swollen shut. The man behind the camera never spoke, just breathed heavily. Analysts enhanced the audio. In the background, a train horn. Investigators matched it to a rail line passing directly by the Pittsburgh building. But the video timestamp was 16 hours old. Melanie could be anywhere now. Still, this video changed the public perception. No longer a body hunt. Now, it was a race to save her. With the trail going cold fast, could police get ahead of the killer's next move before time ran out? An anonymous tip came into the FBI hotline. A woman claiming to be Gavin's ex said he once spoke of a place no one would find, where the birds don't even go. She led them to a long-abandoned house deep in the Allegheny forest. Inside, darkness, dust, and something far worse. Chains bolted to a wall. Bloodstains. A piece of Melanie's sweatshirt. But no Melanie. They were close. Too close. Was Gavin taunting them? Or was the house the final stop before the next city, and the next horror? Forensic teams spent 48 hours scouring the abandoned house in the Allegheny forest. Hidden behind a false panel in the basement wall, they found something horrific: a small, blood-stained mattress, a broken camcorder, and photographs, some of Melanie, others of women they hadn't identified. The mattress tested positive for Melanie's DNA. So did the gag found buried beneath it. What they had now wasn't just a kidnapping case. It was the trail of a serial predator. But one thing stood out. Each photo had a number written on the back. Melanie's read #5. How many victims had there been before Melanie? And how many more would there be if he wasn't stopped? The FBI's 6CAP system confirmed it. 4 cold cases across Pennsylvania, Maryland, and New Jersey involved missing women, each last seen near interstate routes. All in the last 5 years. All eerily similar to Melanie's profile. Each case involved sudden disappearances, blood evidence, but no bodies. And each had been dismissed as unrelated. Now, they had proof. Gavin had been near each site during the time of those disappearances. Melanie wasn't the first, but could she be the first to survive? Cybercrime units intensified their efforts on the Shadowbind alias. Tracing proxy servers and encryption layers, they finally found a single IP ping that hadn't been masked, a rural internet cafe in West Virginia. Surveillance footage revealed Gavin Marick himself, renting a station just days prior. He left behind a single piece of trash, a receipt. The address, a rundown motel on Route 250. The net was closing. But were they still chasing a ghost, or had Gavin anticipated every move? FBI and local SWAT units stormed the motel room. It was empty, except for another blood-stained duffel bag. Inside, women's clothes, a knife, and a map. 3 cities circled. One of them, not yet visited. Cincinnati. And then they found it, a burner phone, left deliberately. It rang just once, and played a recording of Melanie screaming. Gavin wasn't running. He was leading them. But to what end? The map from the motel marked a secluded property outside Cincinnati, an abandoned water treatment plant. A place long forgotten by locals, overgrown and buried beneath rust and silence. Drones spotted a black SUV hidden beneath a tree canopy. Agents moved in fast. Inside the plant, they found Melanie's scarf and a trail of blood leading down a stairwell. She was here, or had been, but what they'd find next would shake even the most hardened agents. Deep beneath the treatment plant was a sealed room with soundproof padding, chains, and a single chair bolted to the floor. Blood soaked the walls. A hidden camera still recording. They recovered hours of footage, documenting Melanie's captivity and those before her. But no sign of Gavin. No sign of Melanie. Until one of the agents noticed something behind a grate, a trail of thread, barely visible. A hidden escape route, or a trap. Following the thread, agents uncovered a narrow tunnel beneath the plant, leading nearly half a mile to an old railway shed. Inside, they found her. Melanie, barely conscious, bound, dehydrated, but alive. As paramedics rushed her to safety, one word escaped her lips, his watching. And they realized the shed had been rigged with surveillance. Gavin had been watching them the whole time. He let them find her. But why? With Melanie safe, the FBI launched a full-scale manhunt for Gavin Marek. His photo flooded news stations, airports, and major highway signs. Tips poured in from all over the country. But Gavin had always planned ahead. He'd altered his appearance, destroyed evidence, and planted false leads. Melanie gave investigators crucial intel. Gavin had spoken of ending things in the city where it all started. Maple Glen. He was going home. And something told them he wasn't going quietly. FBI units surrounded a remote property on the outskirts of Maple Glen, an old farmhouse once owned by Gavin's grandfather. Inside, Gavin stood waiting. He held no weapon. Just a photograph of Melanie as a child, photoshopped beside a little girl no one recognized. He surrendered, smiling. When agents asked him why he didn't run, he replied, "I already won." What did he mean? Was there another victim? Another plan in motion? Melanie survived, but was forever changed. Her recovery was long, both physically and emotionally. She later revealed Gavin had spoken of her completing the story. Authorities reopened all 5 cold cases. 3 more women were confirmed victims through evidence in Gavin's possession. Melanie's testimony put him away for life. No parole. The story haunted the nation, not just because of the horror, but because it nearly happened in silence. If you were moved by Melanie's story, don't let her be just another headline. Share her name. Share her strength. And remember, behind every cold case is someone still hoping for justice. Subscribe to True Crime Hub for more stories that matter, because the truth needs a voice.